Let me just show you around the car. So here we have the front mask of the Mazda CX-60. Here we have the very minimalistic lights. So you only have this small main light, and then you have this LED light bar, and that's it. So it's very minimalist, and yeah, it's up to you whether you like it or not. Here we have the aerodynamic air curtains. As you can see, the grille is really rather huge. Let's go from this side. So we have 20-inch wheels with the tires of 235 50 20, so 20-inch wheels, and you can see here the double wishbone suspension. I believe these are around 330 millimeter brakes in the front, also huge brakes in the back. So yeah, and let's have a look at the rear of the car. So here are the very long lights, which I really rather like. So they are quite long, and they really remind a little bit for example, the BMW X6, let's say. Here we have the fake tailpipes. There are 4 of them. Unfortunately they are fake, but oh yeah, it's okay, it's doable. Let's have a look into the boot, which is of course electrically controlled, and you get 477 liters of the standard capacity. You have some really nice carpeting here, you have some netting, and you have also a domestic socket up to 1500 watts. So this means that you can power your whole house or a cottage if you need to. That's really nice. Under the floor you have this storage for the cable, and of course also a subwoofer there, as it's usual with Mazda cars. So that's pretty nice. Let's close the boot, and let's go in the back, and let's go and sit behind myself. So yeah, this is what the door looks like, really nice and premium with huge door bins. So let me just sit here, and I have just enough space. Yeah, I mean, there could be a little bit more space, of course, in this car. I would like to have it, but yeah, it's very decent. And the good thing is that there is no plastic cover on the rear of the seats like in some other cars. You have an armrest with cup holders, which also have this, they have this rubber sort of insulation, so the cups, they don't move about there. You also have charging, you also have heating of the rear seats. You also have 2 USB-C connectors, and again a domestic socket. So this car is really great in this regard, so you can charge your notebook or anything if you need to. That is a great thing. And of course, up here there is the panoramic sunroof, which is huge. Let's go ahead and let's check out the interior of the car. And this is the absolutely beautiful interior of the Mazda. So you have some sort of environmental cloth or something. It's really nice, and this is the Japanese stitching on it. It's really beautiful. A lot of chrome here, which feels very stiff and solid. Also on the door here, look at that, the chrome. This actually feels like a wood. It also has a texture. So yeah, that's nice. And here we have the seats, electrically controlled with memory function. And the only thing I have to tell, maybe a negative, they could have a little bit of a better support. They are more like for comfort than for holding your body in the seats. And you also have this nice, actually thin and sort of large steering wheel, which feels again very solid, very high quality. Then you have this very wide central console with wireless charging pad, with air conditioning controls, which are hardware. Here you have the climate of the seats, here you have the heating of the seats, heating of the steering wheel, so that is really great. Here you change the driving modes. There are 4 driving modes. There is sport, normal, EV, and off-road. So that's great. Let's leave it in normal. So here are the cup holders, and here are the rotating knobs for your infotainment and multimedia. This is the perfect function of Mazda. Every car of their brand have it, even the Mazda 2. I love it. And here is the central armrest, which is not very deep, but there is really lots of space and 2 USB-C connectors, so that is really nice. So yeah, this is the interior, and let me just show you the engine of the car. Now it started, that's nice, that's what I want. So this is the 2.5 liter engine, but it has a cover on it, so let me just uncover it for you. So this is the 2.5 liter engine, naturally aspirated, which is longitudinally fitted in this car. So yeah, that helps, as you can see here. So here is the center of the front wheel, of the front axle, and that's exactly where the engine is ending. So that makes the driving characteristic really rather good. So yeah, this is the walk around of the Mazda CX-60, and I hope you like this car. Hello guys, welcome to the new video, and the car we're currently charging here is the brand new Mazda CX-60 plug-in hybrid. So yeah, it's currently charging. I will show you what is my state of charge, and yeah, let's take this car for a spin. Oh, okay, so let's go for a drive. I have been charging here for about an hour or so, something like that, hour and 13 minutes I think. And in this time I had 0% when I came, and now I have around 75% of the battery. I have 41 kilometers of range out of 63 kilometers, which is really quite a lot. So now I'm gonna use one of the features of this car, which is today a pretty normal feature, and it is wireless charging pad really nicely. There is a really nice cave for the phone where I put it and it's charging. So yeah, that's really nice. And let's go for a drive in this city plug-in hybrid SUV. So this is the car with which Mazda really wants to go into the premium segment, and really is saying we are going there, and we are going there and compete with the likes of BMW X3, Audi Q5, what is there, Mercedes GLC, and the Volvo XC60. And well, it's not that Mazda wouldn't feel premium for the past years, but their pricing just wasn't there, even though their cars really they really did feel premium already at the time. But to set more to this feels even a little bit more of a step up. There is really a lot of nice, a lot of chrome used in the interior, very nice shiny bits. There is something that actually feels like a wood. There is really nice stitching on the dashboard, which actually has some Japanese name. It's a special sort of stitching. The used materials inside are really nice. The interface is very easy to use. You also have these rotating knobs to operate it with. That's perfect. It's like from a BMW. And then you have the performance, because this plug-in hybrid has in total 328 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. Now, this is more than you get from a BMW X3 30e plug-in hybrid, which gets in total 292 horsepower. So this car is more powerful than a BMW. But of course it's a Mazda, and Mazda has this slogan of Jinbaitai. And it's not just a marketing slogan, because this car actually gives you the feeling like it's the translation of it, which is the driver, the rider connected with the horse. And this is exactly what even this car, this huge SUV, gives you, because this car is nowhere near light. This car weighs 2070 kilos, which is really rather heavy. But the steering and the driving the driving dynamics of the car in the corners really is really amazing. I mean, I was really impressed, and that is because of a few things. So firstly, this car has double wishbone suspension in the front and multilink at the back. This car has the engine, the 2.5 liter inline 4 engine, just behind the rear axle. So, and because of this, there is much less understeer. So the car is really nicely balanced, which is what Mazda cars always are. They are really very well calibrated. Their chassis setup is really well calibrated. Now, in terms of everyday driving, the car is really comfortable. I don't know where some other journalist came with the idea that this car is really sort of stiff when you're driving, because it really, when you use it every day, you don't drive fast. It really isn't. It really is kind of soft and slushy. Slushy, I don't know, but it's soft and it's very comfortable. It's very nice to drive. It's driving like on a cloud, something like this. It's really nice to drive. The only thing that in terms of comfort, and that is my critique maybe about the driving characteristic of this car, is a flaw which all plug-in hybrids have, and that is the battery in the back. And what this causes is that when you go through the compression or through the bumps on the road, the rear of the car is jumping a little bit. So that is maybe a little bit of a negative characteristic, but otherwise this car is really nice to drive. And then in the corners, when you go into the corner, there is this slight lean at the beginning of it, but then you just feel the car is planted throughout the corner. You have great feedback from the steering wheel, and the car just sits very nicely and very balanced through the corner. You don't really have to do a lot to you don't need to do any counter steer, because the car is just so nicely balanced that it goes through the corner really beautifully. And then you think about that this car weighs 2070 kilos and goes through corners like this. I mean, it's just something, it's great, I mean, honestly. And now let's talk a little bit about the practicality. So this car has a 17.8 kilowatt-hour battery, which gives you a range of 63 kilometers in the city. And this is a reality, and it's a really good reality, because you can use this while you're doing all the usual day-to-day stuff in the city. It's a really good enough range, I have to say, and I used it like this. You can only charge the battery through slow charging, but as you can see, as I told in the beginning, I was charging for an hour and I got, what, 60% battery in an hour. So that's actually pretty good. And you don't have fast charging here, you only have AC charging. Probably the only car in this category that has fast charging is the Mercedes GLC, as we know. So yeah, but still, I mean, it's very usable. Then there is this behavior of the plug-in hybrid system. So what it does is that at first it uses the EV mode as much as it can. So the battery goes flat first, and then the petrol engine gets on and power you on the rest of your journey. So yeah, that is the behavior, but still the consumption, I'm averaging 5.3 liter per 100 kilometers. I had both charged and discharged battery, and when I was using the car on electric mode, I have 28.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So yeah, I mean, in the city this car really makes sense, and on the longer journeys you still have this 2.5 liter inline 4, which has 200 horsepower, has enough grunt. It's also a naturally aspirated engine, so you don't need to worry about the turbos going bad or anything. So yeah, I think it's a really rather nice plug-in hybrid. I really rather like it. And then together it has 328 horsepower, which is really quite a lot. Mazda says that it should accelerate from 0 to 60 in something around 6.5 seconds, I believe. What I did was 7 seconds. Yeah, so, but then again, this car is full spec. So will be slower because it is heavier. Yeah, but there is really not much to tell it's bad about this car, because it really, all Mazdas feel very well thought through, and it's certainly the case also with this car. And maybe the slight negative I can say is to the safety systems. So there is this lane assist system which you have to turn off every time you start the car, which is quite annoying. You can have it in the shortcuts, but still it's quite annoying. Then you have this behavior of the rear, which is not very good for comfort, as I said. But other than that, not really. The interior is probably one of the most beautiful interiors there is on the market right now. It's incredibly well built. It feels incredibly premium. So yeah, and the car in terms of noise, very well isolated. From the A-pillars, almost nothing. I can hear a little bit from the wheels, but it's okay. It's very doable. I also have climate seats, which is probably normal in this class, but I believe, not really sure about it, but I believe in the BMW you have to get it as an extra, and here you have it in this top spec as a standard. So that's a really nice feature. And in terms of design, this car feels I really like the design of this car because of the long bonnet that you have in front of you. So yeah, that's what I like. And I also like the rear lights, which looks like from BMW, which is what might persuade some potential buyers to swap the brand. Yeah, but it's a really rather likely car for everyday driving, and it's still cheaper than its German and Swedish competitors. So there is really a lot to like about this car. But if I was to buy it, I would probably get it with the 3.3 liter 6-cylinder diesel that is available this car to get it with, because it really is not the usual thing today to see a six-cylinder diesel car, you know. So yeah, it makes sense to get the diesel, and even more when you hear that you can drive the 6-cylinder 2-ton car for 3.9 liters fuel consumption. So yeah, that's really you have to go for this engine. But this plug-in hybrid, it's very usable, and if you are into plug-in hybrids, or you are considering, you should definitely check this one out, have a test drive, because you might actually like it very much. So yeah, that's what I have to tell you to the Mazda CX-60, and I see you guys in the very next video. Goodbye, ciao.